Hi guys, welcome to Binary Programming. Today we will see the difference between Mule3 and Mule4 message structure. Here we can see the pictorial representation of Mule3 and Mule4 messages. In both the pictures we are having events that represent core information that processed by Mule runtime. So Mule event could be that trigger from HTTP listener, Mule scheduler or some kind of queues like JMS, AnyPointMQ, VM, etc. In Mule event, we are having Mule messages that contains payload with inbound and outbound properties for Mule3 and attributes in case of Mule4. So let's understand what are these properties means and how we can use them in Mule4. So first we are having payload. Payload we can think as a actual data that can be modified throughout the flow. So to read the payload is exactly same how we used to do in Mule3. So for example, if this is the payload, then to read the property first name, we can write expression payload.firstName. So this would be the same case with Mule4 as well. So apart from payload, we are having inbound property in Mule3, which got replaced with attribute in Mule4. So inbound property or attribute that generate from a message source and contains the additional information about the payload. So to read the inbound property in Mule4, we used to have expression like message.inbound property and then name of the property. Okay, and same way, if there would be any query parameter or URI parameter, if you want to read, you can write message.inbound property dot query parameter and then name of the query parameter. And same with the URI parameter, so it could be message.inbound property dot URI parameter URI params dot name of the URI param. So to read the property in Mule4, we are having attributes, and to read the each property, we can write the expression like attributes dot name of the property. Here also, in case of query parameter and URI parameter, we can write the expression like attributes dot query params and then name of the query params. And same goes with URI param. So instead of query param, we can write attributes dot URI param and then name of the URI param. Next property we have is outbound property. So outbound property has removed in Mule4. So here in Mule3 we used to have expression like message.outbound property outbound properties dot name of the property if you want to extract any of the property. So same way, if you want to define any of the custom property or you want to read something in Mule4, you can use the variables or you can write the script in data view and you can do the same thing. Next we have is variables. So in Mule3, we used to have variables called flow variable, session variable and record variables. So flow variable that have scope within a flow, session variable that could be available throughout your application, and record variable that is available within a batch job. And to access these three of the variables, we have expression like for flow variable, it's flowverse dot name of the variable. For session variable, it is sessionverse dot name of the variable, and for record variable, it is like recordverse dot name of the variable. Okay, but in Mule4 they have removed these three variable and they kept only single variable called verse. So if there is any variable that you want to retrieve, you can just write verse dot name of the variable. Next we have attachment. Mule3 have attachment as an optional property. So in Mule4 it has completely removed. So if you want to read or if you want to send any of the attachment, like for HTTP request, if you want to send the attachment, in Mule4 you can use a data view script. So there you can set as a multi-part form data and you can you can write a script and you can send the attachment. So same way you can do for other component like for web service consumer and for email components or email connector also you can do the same. So with this we are done. Thank you guys.